I didn't come up with. I got it from one of the older versions of this lesson. Okay. So take 2 jackets that kind of have more structure to them, because I tried it with a flimsy sweater, and the kids were just ending up just putting it on their heads and not doing it. So have 2 teams. Sorry. Have 2 teams. And so when this team answers the question correctly, that person will go and stand next to that jacket. And then the second team, you answered the question correctly, get that person, put it next to that jacket. And then the rest, everybody, we're going to have a race to see who can put the jacket on and take it off the fastest. Okay? And just to kind of drum it up a little bit, you can have them count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just to see who can do it the fastest. Okay, we had a lot of fun with it. You don't have to make it into a competition if you want, and your kids are younger. Just have them do it one at a time. But it was a lot of fun, and it got kind of funny. So that's it for the game. And then Ruth, you want to do your demo? And then Linda, we can end our time together with the songs, okay?
You to do props. I'm big on props. You see how wonderful.
Come this way so she can see.
You see how with that colored jacket, how effective that was. Was that elaborate? No, very simple. Elaborate sometimes can be a problem. I want to share some things that I have come up with. This is just an idea to start you thinking and to encourage you. It's not because she did it. It's not because Mary Ann does it, who is where I got the whole ideas from originally. It's because the kids love it, and because I think it helps them to remember. It makes them feel, sometimes I think, like they're there and witnessing. Now that may sound silly, but I think it's true. Okay, I want to share the thing I came up with. This is my snake. Now, with all the stuff, you remember perfection is not the quality we're after. It is to be fast. It is not. I do not believe in spending a lot of money on this stuff. I feel we're supposed to be good stewards. I'm not comfortable for myself spending a lot. Now, this snake that I made up is this material. Back when I was working, this was scrap. They used this in the job. This was in the trash. It was pretty. I took it. Okay, now I got this. These are all old. I suggest you protect your stuff, because when you put the time in, you don't want to have it wasted. It can be reused. Now, this is good for Adam and Eve, but it also can be used in the teaching the gospel, what came in the world. This is a reminder. If it had Adam and Eve, and then a week or two later when you tell the gospel, you say, well, what brought sin into the world? Well, the snake. They'll all remember the snake. Now, if you're going to make something that you're not familiar with, this is after the fact. I don't have the original pattern. All you can do is take an old paper, cut it out, and round it off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what this snake is made out of. It's not very complicated. Besides the cheap material, that was free, back in the old days, remember that shoulder pads were very popular. Okay. I had shoulder pads, and I thought they were pretty. And so what this mouth is 2 shoulder pads. I sewed it on this side with this part, like I told you. When you have that, you got that sewn there, and then you sewed the side. If you don't have a machine, you can do it by hand. You sewed it together, and then I put the tongue in between of the snake and sewed it together. As you notice, there are other old shoulder pads that are in there for insulation and to stuff it. This is, I think, from an old pillow or something like that. All right, so then you got your snake. Now, Joseph is going to go to Egypt. And when he gets to Egypt, he is going to see the Pharaoh. It's good, I think, if he sees the Pharaoh in all his glory. This is old. It's getting beat up. Okay. Now, do I care that I'm an old lady and the Pharaoh pharaohs thing? Not at all. This is, does anybody recognize what this is? It's, I believe, if I remember correct, because these are all old, I believe it was a container for detergent. Now, everybody needs a can of spray paint, gold and silver. Children love the sparkle. This was, I think, I'm trying to remember, I don't know if it was some kind of paper from a cookie or candy thing, something I liked, I saved it. All this is the lid. This part is a handle from something else that I glue on. As a matter of fact, I had to patch up some of this stuff, so do a better job. I'm for myself, trying to update my storage material, where to keep it. Pack it up because you want it to be left. This is not just for Joseph. Later on, in some other time, maybe not this year, we're going to be talking about Moses. Where is Moses going to go? To Egypt, and he's going to see the Pharaoh. This is good for the Pharaoh. All right, besides that, when you are the Pharaoh, or if you're a king, you need a scepter. Okay, who recognizes what this is? It's old sprinkler pipes. It was something my husband cut out to redo it. I saw it there on the side. My can of gold paint. This is some kind of button and some kind of a metal thing that covered up the hole. I didn't even have to patch it. I just glued it on. This is good for the Pharaoh. This is good for King Herod. I was trying to say his name. It wouldn't come to me. Okay, what is this? Oh no, you're mistaken. This is what it is today. This could be cut out. You want to turn it this way. I didn't bring one, but this is to do. You can cut all this out, make the shape. This could be sprayed. Of course, you got to spray it. And this could be a helmet for Easter. You know, when the soldiers by the cross. Yes, he was the Son of God. And you can put. I think the one I had at home to cover this thing up. I put a big feather, fluffy feather, and put that on it. Another thing, Deanna, that we were going to celebrate her passing and being with the Lord, she mentioned something to me that she did with Deanna. I wasn't there. I didn't witness this. Just like this stuff here, you pick up on other people's idea. She said that one time at Christmas, they had gathered a bunch of clothes stuff, and the kids came in, and they made them all dress up like shepherds and angels or whatever. And she said the kids did it. Now, that's a good idea. Some of you might want to do it, and that's fine. I don't want to go that elaborate. But you know what? This is a great form. If you cut this out and use this, you can make, if you want to have the 3 wise men, you can drape this thing. Now, I will suggest, with me, I don't care about that being a raw edge. With the children, I suggest that you take an ice pick, heat it on. If you have a gas stove, I suppose it'll work on an electric stove too. Punch, after you cut it out, punch some holes through here. Take some material or whatever you got available, put it around that edge to soften it. Take your thread through those holes to make the edge soft. It will also give you something to anchor the material on. So you don't, we also, the wise men. Well, sometimes you start on some of this stuff. You think, well, what do they look like? Go to the Christmas cards, kids' storybooks, that maybe some of the characters that we'll have in here. It gives you a starting point. Is it going to look just like yours? No. Make it glitzy, because that's what the kids like. This is something you want to pack up again, put it away so that it can be used again. Christmas is coming. You need to go shopping for baby Jesus. Now, I told you, with you I say thrifty, with me I say cheap, because that's the way it is. I'm cheap. The thrift store is a great resource. The one by me has a lot of nice toys. I go in there. You can get lovely dolls that are good size. Of course, I always wash those. I know they probably do, but I'll wash them. I don't want any little creepy crawlies. And so I wash those up. It's great for Jesus. And if you go now, go sooner, because as you get closer to Christmas, people who do not have a lot of money may be shopping for their children. So get what you want now. It's good, this baby Jesus now. But if we have Moses, you put this baby doll in a basket. Now you have baby Moses floating down the thing. So then, in our store even now, if you get your shopping done early, Benjamin's going to be born on the way back to wherever he was. I can't think of it, but you know where I'm talking about. When he's born on the way, you've got a baby Benjamin to show the children. I also, for resources, thrift stores are great. 99-cent stores are great. Dollar trees are great. If you need something like buttons or something like, I don't know where I had that thing. Anyway, buttons on something, you can use old stuffed animals. If you've got something that you've got a button eye that you like, you can go to Joann's. You can go to Michael's. You're going to pay a little bit more. You don't have, or a nice snake, you don't have to have that kind of eye. You can just use a nice button. If you want to fancy it up, you can paint a little bit. 99-cent store on me has got a good collection of inexpensive craft stuff. Michael's has it. You're going to pay more. Maybe you don't need to pay more. Maybe what you want is right there. I encourage you to do it. The children love it. It's just like when last week Vera used the snake. And of course, can I have the snake? Can I have this? They always want the toy. They love the stuff, just like we like to see that coat of many colors. They love it too. The glitz, they love the gold. Anything you spray gold, it looks expensive. And Vera had her wordless book last week. And now my wordless book has got like a gold colored felt in there, and it's fine. I'm very happy with it. But I notice hers, she's got gold, actually gold, and the kids are all just like that. So I encourage you to do it. It is worth it. The children love it. And it anchors it in their heads. It takes a little bit of time. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's recyclable. I encourage you to do it because the club is, we want them to learn, but there's the old adage that I use, my kids all know it. You catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. So sweeten your clubs up a little bit. Remember, they're children. They're not going to always just be quiet and like they don't have to be. If you get their attention, they'll settle down. You can get the message across. It should be fun. That's all I want to say.